What's up, guys? My name is Matt, and I am thrilled that you're here watching this video right now. Today, I'm going to be covering a gem. I think that we hit a guzzler. We kicked open a guzzler. We've got a gem, a diamond in the rough, and a true oasis in the middle of the desert. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the piggy bank. It relaunched, and the results so far have been amazing. You guys, I am jazzed about this. I want to show you my results here live today. And if you're new to this channel, I just want to welcome you right now. I am challenging myself to go from $0 to $100,000 a month passively, even in a bear market, even in a global market downturn. I believe that we can create our own realities using the power of our thinking to create new results in our life. And I'm going to pair that with investing and different strategies. And I'm going to show you guys every single step that I'm taking along the way. And you guys can all be a part of it. In fact, if that resonates with you, if it's always been your dream to increase the amount of passive income that you're making, to make money while you sleep so you can spend your waking hours with the ones you love, doing the things you love, and doing more good in the world, helping more people, blessing more people, if that resonates with you, then I want to encourage you. This is your invitation. You can change your life right now. It can start right now. Maybe this could be the catalyst. And I'm not talking about this particular investment. I'm just talking about this moment in time where you decide, because honestly, it starts with a decision. You decide your life is going to be different. You step out of your comfort zone and you change your thinking and you change the results you're getting, and your life will change. So let's build an army of people. Let's do this together. So make sure you like this video, and most importantly, hit subscribe. You guys, let's do this together. So if you look at the market, everyone knows right now it's red, 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 red. It's down and to the right. Everything bang, 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 bang. But what did I say before? I said we found a guzzler. Is that even the right term? I don't even know. A friend of mine told me that. I think that's like an oil field term when you strike oil. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So that's why I'm saying we had a guzzler. Okay. And what I'm talking about is the piggy bank. So let's take a look. If you don't know what the piggy bank is and you want to know all of the different mechanics of how it works and the best strategies for it, I'm going to link my other video up in the card right now. So click that if you're new and you want to learn more. But right now, I'm just going to show you my results. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm just simply showing you what I'm doing. I'm taking you on the journey with me so you can decide what you want to do with your money. So far, I've been getting on my big stake right here. I have 3 different stakes. On this stake, I compounded this morning. And I've been getting about $1,400 a day. What did I just show you? Everything is red. Everything is red. Well, you know, when everything is red, you're looking for what is defying the market right now. Let's look at the PIG's token price right now. So far since launch, it's up and to the right. It's up and to the right now. I understand that there's some resistance right here. So we'll see what happens, but very strong so far. Very, very strong. So I'm loving that. So this stake right here, it's already produced $425 since probably about 6 o'clock this morning when I compounded. And then I have these 2 smaller stakes that are going, one of them's going out for a year and one of them's going out for 3 years. And I put a very small amount of money in here, like maybe $200-300, and this is what it's yielding. But you know, the power of compound interest, like when you look at this curve right here, then you'd understand that you don't need much when you're talking about compound interest, and that's not even factoring in this bonus that you get for locking, right? So if you lock it for a year, which is like, you're getting somewhere around like a 4,000% bonus. And if you go all the way to 3 years, you're getting like 149% bonus on something that's already using compound interest. And that's going to be phenomenal. So we'll see. And you have the opportunity not only to create these piggy bank stakes, but you have the opportunity to get referrals. So you can invite people. You can make a video talking about it. When you get referrals, they come in and you can see their stakes right here. So far, there's not 12 people, but there's 12 different stakes under my referrals, which thank you guys. That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you. And the whole point of me even showing you my results right now is definitely not for me to say, look how cool I am, because honestly, number one, I'm still such a tiny fish in all of this, but that's fine. I got to start somewhere, and I'm excited about where I am. But secondly, I want you guys to have the same opportunity. This project is only a couple days old, not even a week old, really, if you take out the pause time. And I think it's a great opportunity, especially in the bear market where not very many things are performing. This could be a true gem, and I believe that it is. And the piggy bank alone by itself is a pretty phenomenal project and could create massive wealth. But when you put it inside of this ecosystem of the animal farm, you guys, the restructured pig pen and all of its new mechanics, when the farm opens back up and the pools are going to be live, it's going to be awesome because then we have the drip garden, which I have over here, the drip garden. I've just been straight compounding this thing. I'm over 10,000 plants now. And I know this is definitely higher risk. I'm still making about 38 to $40, maybe like $41 a day in this. And I haven't claimed it all. If you guys watched any of my previous videos, I really got into this at the wrong time. And since then, to make up for it, I've just been compounding. And literally the contract balance is going down, but I'm hedging my bets that when the drip price turns around, which, whoo boy, I think that we're close on that. Forex said himself, there's a major announcement coming on Tuesday. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I better get in the drip positions that I want. Everyone that subscribes to my channel, I'm saying, guys, probably get in, buckle up, get on board the rocket ship, because within the next month, we're going to be turning the ship around. That's what I'm betting on. Okay. And literally in the garden, I'm playing chicken with every other player saying, yeah, I see this is going down. I see that, but I'm going to keep compounding anyway, because I believe when this turns around, I will benefit from it. Okay. Now, even still, I'm a small fish in here, but I don't care. You got to start somewhere. Okay. Everybody has to start somewhere. And if you keep compounding, you will grow. So you factor that in, you factor the drip ecosystem in. I want to build my drip position as big as I can. We've got about 18 people on my team. I think now is the time to build your drip position. If you look at the price of drip, we're looking at $16. Okay. I don't know any price between $20 and $10, I think, is a steal for drip. I'm personally trying to add a little bit every single day to my position here, because I think when this turns around, it's really, really, really going to turn around. So I'm excited about that. I feel like we got a lot of cool things. We've got this partnership. I think by the end of the month, the new drip UI will be up. And that's just the very, very beginning of things. We've got the scratch off tickets and all that stuff. A lot of the other stuff right now is just talk. And I think the lending platform that Forex is building and talking about is going to be the true gem that takes drip to a 4-figure token. But that's probably not coming till later towards the end of the year. Okay. So store that away as a long-term idea, but don't count on that affecting the drip price anytime soon. But with that being said, you want to be aboard the rocket ship with a seat, sipping your iced tea, just relaxing and ready for takeoff. That's where you want to be when that comes, not trying to freak out and gather funds and figure out how to buy. Okay. And together, this is going to be so powerful. I basically wanted to show you guys how this thing is performing. It is a cash printer. It's just printing money. I think when I ran the numbers on it, I think I'm earning $1 every minute. So it doesn't update live, but if you refresh your page every time, there's a little trick for you guys. Until I know Forex is actually working on this. So, hey, I love how on it he's been. He's already made several improvements to the UI, like listening to people, making adjustments. He's doing a phenomenal job. So he's working on this. When you refresh, it disconnects your wallet, which is a security feature. But what he's working on is making this update live, because right now I just toggle from one page back to the other and you'll see this will update. Yeah. So I'm making, usually about $1 a minute right now. So pretty phenomenal. There is a tracker that you can use. That's the drip.formulate.finance, which I'll have linked below. And you can see that I have total out of all my stakes, I have, 2,097,368 piglets with a value of 48,000. And you can see my stake time lengths right here. It's been almost 7 hours since I compounded last. And as the price of pigs have gone up, I've noticed with my compounding, this number is also going up. Because remember, the pig token is the underlying asset here in the piggy bank, with the LP being pigs and BUSD. So when the price of pigs goes up, you're exposed to that positive price action, of course, also on the downside. But, if you're a believer in what's happening and the bullishness of all the tokenomics and game theory that Forex has put in place with this pigs governance token of the entire ecosystem of the farm, then you are very excited about the future. And you probably feel like me, where we're just getting started. A lot of people believe that we will see a 4-figure pig token. And as a matter of fact, in the pig pen, there's so many new amazing mechanics in here to make this way better than version number 1. So you can see already there's 245,000 pigs locked in the pig pen with a value of $56 million. $56 million worth of pigs in here. There's just under $2 million in the reward vault, and there's about 631 pigs that will be paid out to pig stakers as rewards, because that's a new benefit. You guys, you no longer just get BUSD, you get pigs, and you can compound those pigs and increase your stake. So end game strategy for me is going to be to grow this as big as I can. I only have 0.63 pig, And that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. But honestly, I withdrew all of the pigs that I had in here and I paired it with BUSD to get my piggy bank stake when Piggy Bank went live the first time. So that's why I have this. So my goal when I get out, long game and strategy, is to deposit into here, earn BUSD every day, and compound my way to growing this balance as big as possible. Because here's why. You guys ready? Here's why. The reason why is when the farm starts up again, what people are getting paid out right now is going to probably 5x. That's what Forex said. You could probably expect it to 5x with all the different income sources that are going to be feeding this vault right here. And the way that this gets paid out is, if you imagine a huge pie, okay, this pays out 3% a day of this value to pig pen stakers. But the bigger piece or share of the contract, or the more pigs you have, the bigger piece of pie you have, and the more of that 3% goes to you. Imagine PancakeSwap. Imagine all the thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of transactions that happen every day. And every transaction has a fee attached to it. And now who gets that fee? Well, the people who own PancakeSwap get that fee. Now, what Forex has done for you guys is he's given you the keys to one of the best farms, if not the best farm out there, and saying, hey, guess what? You will get the transaction fees. You get it for being a believer and a staker in the system. So the more pigs you hold, the more transaction fees you get. And guess what? This is how the super wealthy think. They think to themselves, how can I build my assets and live off the dividends without ever having to sell my assets? If you think about Bitcoin, for example, the only way to live off Bitcoin is to sell your Bitcoin, and then you are diminishing the amount of the asset that you have. Does that make sense? So this is a way that you don't have to sell your asset. You can live off the dividend of that asset. And you know me, I want to build a wealth spiral where I'm making my cash make me little baby cash, and that cash makes me more baby cash, and so on and so on. And see how far I can stretch that cycle. You're never eating your seed. You're never spending that part of it. You're only spending the money that your money made you. Does that make sense? But in my case, I want to keep reinvesting that as far as I can go. But that's why I'm so excited about this. If you did want to withdraw, one other way that he made this way more sustainable for everybody is that you can only claim up to 2% a day of whatever you have staked in here. So whatever, if you wanted to withdraw 100% of all of the pigs that you staked, it would take you 50 days to do so. And remember, if you compound whatever pigs you earn down here back in to your balance, that resets that timer. So you'd start over and it would take another 50 days. So there's some new game theory here. It's not going to be so cut and dry where people will just change their mind on a whim and sell all their pigs. Okay, when it comes time to compounding your stakes, this is something that you guys need to know. You can only compound your stakes once every 24 hours. So if I go here and try to do this, you'll see that I can't do it because I've already done it about 7 hours ago. Now, Forex said in Telegram that he's working on a little counter here to make this easier because it seems like a lot of people are confused. So that's number one. Number two, I want to read this to you that he wrote in Telegram. Okay, he said, you do need to compound each day to get each day's bonus distribution on a time lock stake, but you're time locked anyway, so it wouldn't make sense not to. So what he's saying is, down here, you guys see this curve right here? This is the curve of how your bonus is applied. The bonus that you get for locking it up, which is this right here, okay? This right here is applied in this fashion. Every day you get a little piece of that bonus, and you don't get it until you compound, okay? And so if you miss a day of compounding, you miss that day's bonus. So that's what he's saying. You do have to compound to get the bonus. There are a couple of reasons why we did this. Number one is just that you can't program a contract to call its own function. So we made it that you collect that day's bonus when you compound. Also, when it's designed like this, it's way more bullish, forcing compounding to collect daily bonus and putting most of the bonus distribution towards the end of the stake means that people cannot just do a large time lock and then when it ends, dump everything all at once on everyone. Okay, so this is genius that they thought about it this way. Because even a lot of people were talking like, okay, the last month of my stake, I'm going to let it collect and pile up, and then I'm going to claim. Well, if you did that, you'd miss the bulk and majority of all of your bonus. Remember, it's applied like this. You get 30% of the multiplier in the first 75%. So all the way up to this point, you only get 30% of the bonus. It's not till the last 25% of your stake that you get the remaining 70% of the bonus. So if you did that strategy, you would miss 70% of the bonus. But yeah, you'd be able to claim, but it would make no sense to do that. And it's very well thought out. When you get to the end of your time lock, if done correctly, you have a much larger principal, which you can now start earning 3% ROI on in truffles that are claimable. This means everyone is forced to take profits responsibly, making the system way more sustainable and stable. This is why I said when people come to understand all the system dynamics, they will be blown away. We put a ton of thought into it. Okay, so there's a lot of amazing thought put into this. And I know there's also some very interesting strategies. You guys, you know what, right now, why don't you tell me what your strategies are down in the comments? Because I love learning from you guys and I'm constantly picking up new ideas. So one other strategy that I've heard is when this comes unlocked or when one of your stakes comes unlocked, maybe one time a week, you take the earnings and you plop that into another stake. So you begin to kind of layer your stakes on top of each other periodically at some certain time interval. And you always have these are basically bank accounts that are paying out to you. And you just keep layering in bank accounts. I just think you can't go wrong that way because these start adding up really quickly. Okay, so that is how my piggy bank is performing. I am super happy. You can see there's 1.299 million LPs in here. And remember, each LP is like $30. So do the math on that. Like 1.3 million times $30. Okay, that's how much capital is locked up in here right now. And this has been going up since day number one, which of course I think it should be, but it is. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you guys. If you haven't joined my Telegram group, I just opened it. It's free to join. I'm putting tons of good information in there, answering questions. Everyone is welcome. And the link for it will be down below. Okay, guys, that is it. So I'm currently earning on my top piggy bank stake $1,400 a day, which is roughly somewhere around $40,000 a month. Now, I know that I can't claim all that all at one time, so don't even bother writing that down there. It's just fun to think about that number could potentially grow and grow by a much larger degree. Now, this stake is locked for another 129 days, so I should see that grow with the power of compound interest as long as the PIGS token is where it is now, or if it grows in value at all, I'll experience the growth of that value plus the time lock bonus plus the power of compound interest. You can see how exciting the piggy bank is for so many people. If you want to get started in the piggy bank, you can use my link down below and join my team, the 0 to 100K team. Again, I want to invite you guys to subscribe to my channel to decide to change your life forever, to go on this journey with me, to bring as many people as we can, to all teach each other, share with each other. I'm not an expert, but I am believing in myself that we can do this, that I can do this. And I believe that you can as well. I love you guys. That wraps it up. And I'll see you guys in the next video.